Hello, I'm Francesca Page. The Supreme Court blocks 3 executions in Oklahoma. Late this afternoon, the High Court agreed to block the execution of 3 inmates who are challenging the state's lethal projection procedure. The ruling means convicted killers Richard Glossop, John Grant and Benjamin Cole won't be put to death until the Supreme Court decides whether the use of sedative violates the constitutional ban on cruel and unusual punishment. And on Capitol Hill, the Senate grills President Obama's nominee for Attorney General. Loretta Lynch defended the president's decision to shelter millions of immigrants from deportation, but she said they shouldn't have the same rights as Americans.
Certainly the benefits of citizenship confer greater rights on those of us who are citizens than those who are not.
Lynch told the Senate Judiciary Committee that the citizenship is a privilege to be earned. And Cuba's president says he wants Gitmo back. Raul Castro is demanding the U.S. return to Guantanamo Bay Naval Base, and he wants the U.S. to lift the trade embargo as part of the deal to re-establish diplomatic ties after more than 5 decades. Castro also says the U.S. should compensate Cuba for damages. Also on Capitol Hill, Hillary Clinton may be called to appear before the House Select Committee on Benghazi. Maryland's Elijah Cummings, the ranking Democrat on that committee, tells the Hill that the former Secretary of State is ready to testify. In Texas, former Governor Rick Perry remains defiant in the wake of abuse of power charges. Perry says he won't let the case stop his potential 2016 presidential bid.
And I'll continue this fight, and I'm confident that I'll ultimately prevail, because the prosecution's case amounts to the criminalization of politics.
Perry was indicted on corruption charges after vetoing funds to a public corruption prosecutor who refused to resign following a drunk driving conviction. Scott Walker's Presidential Exploratory Committee is out with its first campaign ad.
Those groups in Washington, they tend to measure success by how many people are dependent on the government. We measure success by how many people are no longer dependent on the government.
Today, Walker told a Wisconsin radio station he sees gaps in the potential 2016 Republican field, but got some flack from the punk band Dropkick Murphys. At the Iowa Freedom Summit last weekend, Walker took to the stage to their song, I'm Shipping Up to Boston. But in a message on Twitter, the band said, quote, "Please stop using our music in any way. We literally hate you." The band has been vocal supporters of union rights. They're critical of Walker's efforts to end collective bargaining for public workers. And that's your Newsmax Now update. As always, stay connected with us at newsmax.com. I'll be back with your next update in 30 minutes.